Hello there, this is Bob, and this is another edition of TTM Then and Now. And we're going to start our then by talking about going to the Philly show this weekend. It was a great show, probably, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best Philly show, and probably one of the best card shows I've been to, because it had everything. It had great vintage, what we're about. Had some great connections, touching base with some old friends, catching up with my friends John Scott and Todd Stevens, and running into some dealers that we've known over the years. And for me now, doing this TTM video thing, it's been fun. I ran into the other TTM Bob when I picked my name, TTM Bob 64. I put the 64 on the end because I knew there was another Bob out there, and I met him, and you'll see his picture in just a little bit. But for me, going to card shows reminds me of going to card shows with my brother and my dad. We've been doing this for a long time, and my brother and I are still doing it. So here's a little snippet of what we saw at the show. We got lots of fuel for TTM, and then we'll take a look at what came in today's mailbox. We have got 12 to get to in this episode. I know there's some curveballs in here because when I open the envelopes, I can peek in and kind of see what's going on, and there's some curveballs coming. So we'll be surprised together. So let's go. First up, Westchester, New York. And we have football. Bill Pickell. A double dip from Bill Pickell gets us started. I just sent Bill Pickell out like last week, so a very fast return from Westchester, New York. And I'm not a Raiders fan, folks, but I think so far my Raiders returns have led the pack on my football return so far. Miami, Florida is next. We have two holders, a tall and a short, and some vintage. Stan Bonson. Stan Bonson right there on the 68. Looks very good, Stan Bonson. And then a double hit here. Stan Bonson 75 and Stan Bonson 1980. So we have three different decades represented for Stan Bonson. Now, my brother and I have talked about this in the past. If you're a set builder, there are some guys you see over and over and over. And Stan Bonson is one of those guys. Seemed like he was in a million sets. Pittsburgh, PA is next. So I'm very happy to get Stan Bonson and representing three different decades worth of cards. And we have another football return. And Lance Mell on the 86 and the 83. A couple of nice looking cards there. Lance Mell, Penn Stater. That's my other underlying theme of football returns. Lots of Penn State. Love my Penn State Nittany Lions. Lehigh Valley, PA. I'm a little intrigued by this one. Oh, there's something else in there. This is one of those curveballs, I think. Let's see what we got. If I can get my own. This is the note I sent out. There's some ink that was not from me. This is from Doliba, Bob Doliba. So he sent me something. Let's see. And there it is, Bob Doliba on a cool vintage right there. 1962, I believe. So awesome. Lehigh Valley return. I've been sending a ton of vintage out. I love the vintage cards. Tampa, Florida, St. Pete is next. And double hit. And this is Dave Magadan. So this was a return. We had gotten Dave Magadan back because we didn't include some money. And then we returned it, and he charges $5 for 3 cards. So I added a card. This was the original send out, the 88, which is the set I'm working on, the 92 Stadium Club. And if you're going after Dave Magadan, you really want to have that 87 Future Stars card. So we included that in for the $3 or 3 cards for $5, and we're happy to get that back quickly. So if you've sent to him recently and you didn't include money, you'll probably get it back. But now you know. Sacramento, California, Dave Magadan. It's a very nominal 3 cards for $5. Here we have Jim Barr, some more vintage 75 and 1980 with the Giants and the Angels. San Juan, Puerto Rico. And Jose Lean. Jose Lean on the 88, the Future Stars, and then the Stadium Club card there for Jose Lean. A great double get for Jose Lean as we're moving right along. Pittsburgh, PA. Dave Jesty. Couple of nice signatures. Dave Jesty on the 87 up top. That's such a good looking card. Some great vintage returns today already. I see the really good trend building, and we're running out of space, and we have more to go, and we'll just keep going, and we'll keep piling. In Philadelphia, PA. And here's a curveball. What do we have? All right. 2 baseball fans and collectors. I've resigned your order and returned your autographed items for years for free and will continue. I now ask that you consider sending a check and a contribution for an orphanage, Masonic Children's Home, 1 Masonic Drive in Elizabethtown. He is a 33% Freemason over 20 years, and this is his charitable 501c3 organization. Thank you sincerely, Larry Christensen. So we have an envelope, and we will send something to this on the request of Mr. Christensen. And we have a pair of cards, a Fleer and a Topps, and a fantastic looking signature from a Philly that I remember from the early 80s, a staple of that pitching staff, Larry Christensen. So thank you, Mr. Christensen. Fargo, North Dakota. I resisted the urge to do the accent. And I got more curveballs. Bob. I sent to the wrong Jim Jensen. So this Jim Jensen that I sent to is not the Jim Jensen that I thought I was sending to. I got the card back unsigned. I thought I was sending to the Jim Jensen who went to Central Bucks West High School here in Bucks County. And instead I sent to the one that played for the Denver Broncos. And he sent a card and signed it. So that's cool, of Jim Jensen, who played from 76 to 82 with the Cowboys and Broncos and Packers. Good luck with your collection, Jim Jensen. So that's awesome that he sent it back and gives me the opportunity to have my card to send to Jim Jensen, who played for the Miami Dolphins and went to Central Bucks West High School here in Pennsylvania. So not quite a failure, just a mistake and a chance to rectify. And I got a Jim Jensen, the running back for the Denver Broncos, and from 77 to 1980. I got his autograph. So, all right, we'll go to school on that. Fort Myers, Florida. And you can go to school on that too. That's what these videos in part are all about. Cookie Rojas. Yay, Cookie Rojas was a return because he wanted something else in the envelope, and I sent some money, and we got Cookie Rojas. So a manager card and a Cookie Rojas, a 75 mini. How cool are they? So we have Cookie to go into our collection, and that 75 set is It's not a set of cards I'm like super actively building. I'm acquiring, but I'm getting a lot of autographs because they're just so cool to have autographed. And the last one, Santa Ana, California, of our 12 today is Eric Plunk from the 88 top set. So tons of variety today. Only a few from the 88 set. We got Jose Lean, Dave Magadan, Cookie Rojas, and Eric Plunk, but we have some great and fun returns. I get my addresses from Sports Collectors Net. There is a $15 fee per year. I think it's worth it. I think it's the best site as far as there's so many tools you can use. And if you're set building, I just learned this week to use this tool that you can go to that set and see all the people that are signing in that set instead of looking back and forth, which I had been doing for months. And now, I'm not the fastest at this, but I'm learning as I go. Sports Card Forum is also a great tool, and I use that sometimes to verify. For Sports Autographs on Facebook is a great site that sometimes I get inspiration from, looking to see who is getting returns currently. So that's our haul for today. Please hit like and subscribe or follow. And please leave a comment. I love the comments. I love to hear what you think of my channel. I like to hear your journey in TTM and let me know that. Some of you have done that, and I appreciate that. And I think we all enjoy hearing about that. And thank you so much for tuning in today. So until next time, farewell.